Hello everyone, welcome back, and today in this video I wanted to talk about a preview for Barcelona's game coming up tomorrow on Saturday against Valencia, and it's not going to be an easy game, but I'm sure we're very excited for Barcelona's season to kick off in La Liga. So I wanted to talk about the starting lineup because there are going to be some players like Fermin Lopez that just haven't come back from the Olympics yet, and there's some players maybe that aren't match fit. And of course, Dani Olmo, I'm sure people are excited to see him play, but he's not even registered yet. So I just wanted to talk about the team news and how I think Barcelona will line up. And yeah, so I'm excited. I'm so excited for Barcelona's season to start tomorrow. I can't wait. And looking at the starting lineup that I think Barcelona will put out in net, it's going to be Ter Stegen. Jules Koundé will be right back. And then Christensen and Inigo Martinez as the two center backs. And then Alejandro Balde at left back. And I'd be very shocked if Hansi Flick lines up with anything other than that. And I think he will play the 4-2-3-1. I think that's probably what we're going to see for at least the first month or so, and hopefully it works out, and then we can continue to see more of that. But like I said, some players like Dani Olmo, I don't think he's going to be available, at least to start, because not only is he not even registered, but he also hasn't played that many, or he hasn't practiced much with Barcelona yet, so I just don't think he's going to be starting in the game tomorrow. We would really like to see him play as soon as possible, but you want to get him time to be acclimated and come back from the holidays and be in good match fitness before he gets minutes. And of course, without being registered, you can't play, so that's number one priority. Laporta would love to see him figure that out as soon as possible. But hopefully he wouldn't have to make sales to make that happen. But that's kind of a mess, we know. So hopefully he's able to be registered. And Fermin Lopez, would love to see him play tomorrow, but he just came back from the Olympics. He hasn't even practiced yet with Barcelona, so he will not be starting. But I do think even with the players that are out missing, there's still so much quality in Barcelona as a team. And it was nice to see Gundogan, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, of course, coming off the bench in that preseason game against Monaco. So Barcelona, they're getting back into match fitness, and of course, they're going to be missing some of their most important players for the first couple months of this season. But I think tomorrow against Valencia, they have enough quality to build out from the back and then also get 3 points, hopefully. And then moving into the midfield, I think the number one guaranteed name that we all know is going to be starting is Ilkay Gundogan. And then beside him, is it going to be Marc Casado or Marc Bernal? I feel like he might go with Marc Bernal, even though Casado has played so many minutes in preseason. I would definitely not be surprised if he starts, but I just think the profiles that Gundogan and Marc Bernal have, maybe they suit each other a little bit better. I'm not sure, and I would be completely fine with Marc Casado starting because I think he's deserved it. I think he's looked very good this preseason, and it seems like Hansi Flick does really count on him. But I think Marc Bernal and Gundogan together, that might be the best two options that Barcelona have to start this game. And then in front of them as the attacking midfielder, I'd be very surprised if it wasn't Pablo Torre because he has gotten a lot of starts in the preseason, and with Fermin Lopez and Dani Olmo both not starting in this game, you have a feeling it's going to be Pablo Torre. And that midfield, I think it is good enough. I think it's good given that the players that are out missing right now. And, from that front three, from those midfield three, you have Gavi, Pedri, Frankie de Jong all out injured, and then Fermin Lopez and Dani Olmo still yet to come back and make their first appearance for Barca this season. I hopefully we won't have to wait too long. I would guess Dani Olmo would possibly be able to play tomorrow. Well, like I said, we'll just have to see the squad list to make sure. It'd be great to have him as an option off the bench. If he starts, that'd be awesome as well, but I just don't think he's really had many training sessions, so I would be surprised if he starts over Pablo Torre, because I think, like we saw with Nico Williams at Athletic Bilbao, you just don't want to rush players back from these international tournaments. You want to give them time, and I think the 60th minute mark off the bench would be more realistic for Dani Olmo. And then Fermin Lopez, I hope we're able to see him in the next week or so. I'm guessing he's just on holidays because of, that was a very hectic schedule for him. The Barcelona season, he played a lot, and then went to the Euros with Spain, and then the Olympics as well. So I think he just got a week or two on vacation, and hopefully he's coming back. But yeah, that midfield, I think it's good enough. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of players missing. It's a little bit of a makeshift midfield. I don't think we're going to see that for large parts of this season, but I think it can be good enough for this game against Valencia. And yeah, I'm excited to see how well that three does. And then up top, of course, on the right, it's going to be Lamine Yamal. He didn't start in that game against Monaco, but I would be shocked if he doesn't start. Of course, you would want to give him more time to get acclimated, but I just think he's so important for Barcelona. And if he's completely 100% healthy, you're going to be starting him in this game, of course. And then as the number 9, it's going to be Lewandowski. Paul Victor, I think, was very good in this preseason, but be shocked if Lewandowski is not starting the majority of games, especially at the beginning of the season. And then on the left, could either be Paul Victor or Rafinha, but I feel like Hansi Flick is going to go with the experience of Rafinha and put him on the left. And I think he can make the difference there. He, of course, doesn't look as comfortable on that side. I think it just gives him a different dynamic because on the right, he likes to, move inside on his preferred foot, go on the left, take a shot, put it in across to the back post. On the left, I think his cutbacks are better on that side, and he's maybe not able to be a direct goal-scoring threat, but I still think on the left he can do the job. He works very hard. And then this game against Valencia, I think Rafinha can do very well there. So I'd be pretty surprised, honestly, if Pau Victor started on the left. But I would really like to see Pau Victor start. And I also added it on my list that Pau Victor and Marc Casado, I think they were the two most important players for Barca in the preseason, with a lot of players missing, and they played so many minutes for Hansi Flick, and it seemed like he really trusted them and wanted to see more of them. So I feel like they could definitely be starting tomorrow. I would not be surprised. Pau Victor and Marc Casado, they did very well in the preseason, but I just think this starting lineup that I gave, they don't start. But Pau Victor, of course, I'd really like to see him starting as a number 9 at some point this season, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Lewandowski will be starting, but maybe in the 60th minute, if Barca, they need a change in attack, things aren't really working their way, I could definitely see Pau Victor being one of the first subs that Hansi Flick would throw onto the field. And who knows, I mean, maybe Lamine Yamal, he wouldn't be decent enough to start. I have a feeling that he's going to be healthy and starting tomorrow, but if not, then Pau Victor, I think he would be the player to play on the right, or Pau Victor would be on the left, Rafinha would be on the right. But that front three, I do think it's great. I think it's relying a lot on Lamine Yamal, of course, which hopefully Barcelona do not have to do too much of that this season. But overall, yeah, I do like the team lineup. Like I said, Ter Stegen, Koundé, Christensen, Inigo Martinez, Alejandro Balde, and then Marc Bernal, Gundogan, Pablo Torre, Lamine Yamal on the right, Rafinha on the left, and then Lewandowski up top. I think that is a great lineup, and it's the best option that Barcelona have, I think, going into this first game. Like I said, there are a lot of players missing, but with what you have, it's a bit of a makeshift lineup. Maybe we won't see it too much later on in the season, but I think that's the lineup that Hansi Flick is going to go with tomorrow. Like I said, there are some question marks if Dani Olmo is going to be available, if Lamine Yamal starts, if Rafinha is going to be played on the left, if Pau Victor and Marc Casado, two players that Hansi Flick has really appreciated this preseason, if they don't start. But there are a lot of questions, and I think Hansi Flick, I'm very excited to see how well he lines this team up and how well they compete against Valencia, because I think it's going to be a good test. And we saw at the beginning of last year, that was, the best test that you could have in the first game. It was so difficult to play against Getafe away from home. Valencia, I don't think they're going to play as ratty, to be completely honest, but it's still a difficult opponent. And of course, they want to win themselves. They want to have a good result in their first game in front of their fans. And like I said, they were 9th place in La Liga. I don't think overall they had the best year. And in the summer, I haven't really heard the signings that they've made, so I haven't kept up with them too much. But Barcelona, if you want to win these big trophies, you have to go into every single game trying to get 3 points. And I think that's what Hansi Flick and Barcelona, they're going to do tomorrow. And I think they have a good enough team to go ahead and make that happen. But like I said, not going to be easy at all. But Barcelona, I think they have more than enough quality on the field. Hopefully Dani Olmo, we might see him at some point tomorrow. But I'm just very excited for the season to start. I can't wait. I know the Euros and the Copa America, they're very exciting this summer. But Barcelona playing, it's a different feeling. So I'm so excited, and I can't wait for this game tomorrow. But as always, thank you very much for watching my video. I do appreciate it. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and VISCA BARCA. See you all tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.